So basically, my journey into aerospace began with a childhood fascination for the flight, not just the elegance of the aircraft, but also the engineering behind it. The curiosity led me from to, I will say, the curiosity led me to pursue aircraft maintenance engineering and aeronautics, BSc in aeronautics. And gradually, when I worked on hands-on experience I had on the machines that defy gravity, I understand the precision and systems which required, which was like, okay, I should get into more details and all. So my career evolved and I started that every flight is not just about the engineering, but it's also about the complex logistics, uh, the procurement side, the planning side. And this insight got me into supply chain, started from the sourcing of raw material to the final part, to a product which is delivered to the, I'll say a fastener which is delivered to the Boeing aircraft. And this transition, I will say, it was quite organic. It I took hybrid roles like from aircraft maintenance engineering to a technician on the Goer Airlines, on A320 Airbus aircrafts. After that, I got a business development opportunities in small scale industries, and then in Ankit Fasteners as a procurement professional, and then Titan, and now in Optimare India. So to have a strong, what do you say, background, educational background is also mandatory, and that was the reason I went for post graduation diploma in supply chain, uh, which along with, I will say, not just the technicality or word books, it has also taught me a lot about how I should face things actually when it happens in supply chain. Because in books it will be like, okay, you have to do in this manner, but when you actually come in the field it's not exactly that way. You have to train it more, you have to elaborate it more, and then you have to work it. So this is my journey as of now, and now being a part of a council member too, which is a kind of giving me a boost to grow my connections, engage with people, lead, and give a vision.
Wow. Rituja, your journey from aircraft maintenance engineering into strategic supply chain leadership is very fascinating. I personally are the first aircraft maintenance engineer I'm talking to. I've never spoken to one before. So I'm
Oh.
fascinated by it itself. So what exactly, how did you think that, okay, I want to transition into supply chain specifically?
Okay, so when I was into aircraft maintenance engineering,
Mm-hmm.
the thing what I was doing is fix the part component on the aircraft, or
Mm-hmm.
the system is not working, repair it. This were my work. But there was certain thing. Okay, this part is taking a delay. It's not happening on time. We don't get it. We don't source it properly. Or what is the issue that we are not? The part is not available in the stores.
True.
uh, I still remember there was a day in Goer Airlines where there was a aircraft which was landed and it was facing some issue, but we were not having a small, it was kind of washer or something, it was not available in the stores. And we were looking for the washer, the stores person checked, the inventory is not there. Then we checked with other stores department which were available, it was not there. And that was the day when I Googled, okay, how this store's inventory happen, or how to have this inventory details and all this stuff. I Googled it, then I understood, okay, this is the supply chain thing.
Like,
I went more into deep. I started to Google. I started to look for the people who can guide me. And I remember one of the senior, he guided me that stores and inventory management is a function. When
true.
I get into deep, I understood, okay, it's not only inventory management.
Yeah,
Inventory management is a part of a supply chain.
true.
And this is how I went into supply chain. Then I was like, okay, I want to get into procurement. It's not like I have moved away from the aircraft, but in aerospace only, I have developed myself in supply chain.
That is very, very inspiring. And to be honest, so the idea of the podcast is not just to uplift the existing women in supply chain, but also attract more people to the sector because it is low-key underrated. And the way you described it, I feel that's how each and every person like me, you, we have entered. You know, the curiosity to understand that where is the whole thing coming from. For me, it was the fact that okay, I got the product from Amazon or from Blinkit. It was so quick. So how is the whole cycle coming? How is the whole thing happening? And that's how I
Yes.
was like, oh, that's how the connectivity happens in the whole supply chain. And that got me excited. And the way, like your journey itself is so inspiring. Aeronautical sector itself is something not many people go for because it sounds scary and it sounds like it's very it requires a lot of dedication. It requires a lot of smartness, I would say. And
Yes.
the fact that you pursued it in the first place is super awesome. And
Yes.
the most of the times that we hear about aerospace, it's with strict compliance and like quality standards. So how do you think that the combination of the two sectors of supply chain and aerospace comes into picture? And how is the balance of efficiency with safety and compliance?
Okay, so the thing here is aerospace relies completely on safety and reliability. And it doesn't like precision is not luxury in aerospace, it's a mandate.
Mandate.
So whenever in supply chain we look for like okay, there are okay, just take an example. Now there are this big companies like Pratt and Whitney, Boeing, or Collins. These companies doesn't allow a chain supplier who is not an AS certified. They require a person who is already an AS certified. And this AS certification, what it does is it gives us trust, ensure safety. Okay, this is the process and this is how we trace it. Because in aerospace, it's like traceability is mandatory. It's not like something, okay,
Yeah.
I will get somewhere the material, I will manufacture somewhere and I will deliver. No, along with the on-time delivery, the traceability is an important thing, and also its risk mitigation also is an important thing. And this certification, this AS, this OSHAs and all, this quality certificates enable us like, okay, this is a good source where you can go for. So I will say it's because of this certification, supply chain is balanced. And the thing is, in supply chain leader, the expectations with the leader is they should get it quick. The item should deliver quick. It is
Yeah.
like, okay, I've seen scenarios like they will request the material, they want the material to be tomorrow in the factory. And in these scenarios, this certification, this quality standards and efficiency plays a different role. In a sense, if a supplier is certified already, or being a leadership, I will be doing this certifications or this examination prior before the procurement. So I have to reduce that timeline. And being in a leadership, these are the precautions which we take earlier, rather than okay, once the request come, I will be doing this
Then,
checks. No,
yeah,
yeah, it's a proactiveness, I will say. So in
definitely.
supply chain, coming with aerospace, proactiveness is required. So whenever I'm onboarding a supplier, or even I'm discussing that this is my requirement, the first question is, are you AS certified or are you OSHA's compliance?
Yeah. Wow, that's
Then
so
my discussion
awesome.
starts.
Yeah, and I think it is a very sensitive sector. As I said, many people, we at least for me, I felt scared to even get into a sector like this because I was like, it requires a lot of precision, a lot of dedication. You cannot mess around at all. So having that guts to even do that is a very big thing, and you cannot be a normal person and be like, yeah, we'll do it later on. You can't have that attitude for the sector. And Rutuja, you hold a lot of certifications, I must add. And not just in the aerospace side, you also hold the Lean Six Sigma Green Belt and PMP certification. So, how have these structured approaches helped you drive real process improvements in such a complex, highly regulated sector?
Yes. So practically Lean Six Sigma, I was curious about more into getting
Okay.
quality tools.
Uh-huh.
Because what used to happen is there will be some complaints coming from the quality side that supplier is not following, supply, the parts are rejected, this is happening, that is happening. And to
Yeah.
solve that, I should be technically that competent that I can able to debate with my quality manager, stating that no, he's correct, or no, I will go and speak with the supplier if we are correct, or if your quality procedure says it is rejected, supplier will say no, it's accepted from my end. There is a issue. I have to solve this debate, and I have faced this literally more than 6 months. And it was immediately when I got into supply chain, into
Yeah.
procurement, I will say.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, how I have to handle this, how I have to handle. And I there was one of the senior who told me, Rutuja, if you want to get into quality, or you want to solve the issues, or you want to make understand your supplier, it's better you go with Six Sigma. Then I inquired a lot, and then I took Lean Six Sigma course certifications, and it is a green belt.
True.
Probably this year I will try for black belt also.
Mm-hmm.
So in black belt you have to do a complete project. In Lean Six
True.
Sigma you can assist the project.
Yeah.
So here it's I will say it's a living system. Lean Six
Mm-hmm.
Sigma is a continuous process. You can't, okay, you will do for one project. No, it's for all the projects, and horizontally you can deploy it. And once you, this tool has given me different quality aspects, like, okay, fishbone diagrams, or there are
Mm-hmm.
many tools in Lean Six Sigma which reduces the supplier quality time. For example, supplier is doing some quality check, as per him it is correct, as per this, I can resolve this issue. Okay, these are the reports coming, these are the reports coming, I can resolve this. And this is a data driven. So in Lean Six Sigma, you have data to answer your queries. It's like, it reduces wastes. The
True.
7 wastes are there, it has been reduced. And I have seen personally, when I have tried this Lean Six Sigma in a project, it was a project oriented for one of the time. And when I tried this, literally the waste has been reduced. In transportation it has reduced, in overproduction it has reduced. And I will say it has helped me in procurement also, because what happens is I started to apply that when I'm procuring it. For example, the MOQ is 100 kgs,
Mm-hmm.
but my requirement was only 70. Then I started to, okay, if I get it, what will happen? Then this is a overproduction. I will bring the raw material, it will
Definitely.
be a wastage. How to reduce this waste?
Mm-hmm.
Then came across standardization of raw material, like using one size for two parts, and this increases the utilization of raw material what was procured. So this has helped me a lot. And talking about PMP, so supply chain is one of the function in the company, but there are projects, there are logistics, which is also a part of supply chain, but certain companies have it as a different function.
Different. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And there is business development and sales. And what used to happen is I used to go to the meetings and all, and this people were talking about the Gantt charts. This is the timelines. This is how it has to be done. I want the material now, then only I can deliver. There were many points which were coming, and uh, PMP has given me a disciplined explanation. I will say how you should do things, how flow should work, how stakeholder alignment is required.
Mm-hmm.
Because without a stakeholder, okay, I will bring the material, but who is going to clear? I know it is QC, but no one was there to, during the initial stages, or I can say I have worked in small scale companies also, where these things were not there. But this PMP has helped me a lot in getting the material on time. I'm being very honest, like PMP is usually, it is like, okay, it's a project management thing, or a project person should do.
Yeah.
It's not that mandatory for supply chain, but I will suggest, yes, it is one of the mandatory thing, because how a project runs, or how these projects are going to deliver, a supply chain is a backbone for PMP. So
True.
PMP certification is like the best I have done, which has helped me a lot. And this
Wow.
framework
Mm-hmm.
together help me breach the gap between the strategy and execution. So one says, okay, you have to follow this strategy, and one gives me idea about how to execute it. And whether it's implementing in procurement strategies, or I will say optimizing in operations, or driving digital transformations, I've used Lean Six Sigma and PMP to deliver results that were efficient and compliant and future proof, because we can use the same solution again and again.
Definitely. And Firstly, I would love to talk about how curious you are and how driven you are to make a change, knowing that it probably wasn't in your job description to focus on the quality aspect, but you took it upon yourself to learn about the aspects of it, to invest your energy into learning about Lean Six Sigma, and now you are aiming at black belt as well. That's a very big thing. And the way you described as to how these certifications can be applied in real life if you apply it correctly is very inspiring, because most of us are not aware. For us it's just like, okay, people told us that it's a certification. Like, I'm talking about people who are just getting into the sector, and then, to be honest, I've not come across anyone who has described it so beautifully about what the certification helps in getting, like the results, the real aspect of the certification. So thank you for letting us know that. And the way you described it is really awesome, because yes, it really made it clear as to how the certification can help us grow in the sector as well. And you mentioned that you are a part of the Aerospace Council under WICCI. So could you firstly tell us what exactly is the council, what role does it play, and how is the being part of the council supporting you in your career?
So basically, I've joined it recently only. I
Okay.
will say last month only.
Uh-huh.
And stepping into this is a space where advocacy meets action. So this council is providing and reshaping aerospace industry by driving both policy as well as cultural change. What I have seen in this council, or in essence of these councils, are not just a support system. They are the change engines. They help build ecosystem where women don't just participate. They give,
Mhm.
they lead, they innovate, and they redefine. There
Wow.
are certain topics, there are certain projects going on, which usually in normal sector you will be not knowing also, but in this councils they come across, they meet each other. Okay, this is the projects going on, or any idea how we can elaborate, how we can innovate, how we can, there are many topics going on.
Yeah.
So definitely it helps me, I will say, like not only just aerospace sector or my daily routine job, it gives me an idea about outside projects also. Like
Wow.
it's only like I have only this project, no, but it gives
Yeah.
idea about, okay, in market these are the projects running on, like in DRDO these projects are going on, or this projects is they are
Mhm.
looking for this thing. This is where this council comes in picture, and this helps a lot, I'll tell.
Mhm.
This gives a very good
H.
platform for women. Yeah,
Okay. Wow. Uh-huh.
yeah.
That's a
To
very great thing. Yeah.
yes, I've seen like usually I've not seen such kind of platforms till now, but yes, this platforms has given a good reach of different prospective women. I will say different women are having different perspective to look for that objective or to that project, and they are having their way of how to solve it. When they are discussing, also when we speak with them, yes, for me, I look forward to them. Yeah.
Definitely. It's like me looking forward to you. It's like all the amazing, successful women out there. There's so much to learn when we just even talk to them. It's like, oh my God, you have done so much. And it's like, I feel whenever a council of women or everyone, council of people come together, you always feel that sense of learning each and every moment that you talk to them, you spend time with them. And the way you describe the council contributing so much itself is very inspiring. And I think that being a part of it itself gives an upper edge, because you get to explore a different side of it, different aspects which we weren't even aware of. And you are dealing with two heavy sectors, aerospace and supply chain. So even when I entered the supply chain sector, like when I signed up for my specialization of global logistics, I got told that it's a male dominated sector. It's going to make your life a little harder than it normally is in the corporate world. So I'm definitely sure you faced that too. So what exactly were the challenges starting from aerospace to supply chain till now that you faced, and how did you deal with it?
Okay, so this is quite a question to answer. So I will say when I was in aircraft maintenance engineering also, it was a male dominated there too because uh, I have chosen avionics side because I was told by the people that mechanical is quite tough.
True.
You have to replace wheels of the aircraft and all. So that was the main reason of me taking avionics branch. And we are at the start of the career. We are like, okay, not to take a risk. I choose avionics to be on a safer side because avionics is like working on electronic systems and flight management systems, which is a not a heavy task. Like you do not have to pick up something and do. That was
True.
the main reason why I choose avionics during initial start. And when I went on the field, when I was working in Goer Airlines, I literally saw women who uh, are literally changing the wheels of the tire without the help of a man. And I'm like,
Wow.
yes, this can be done. And there are, it was, first I was like, okay, how it is possible and all. But when I saw there are companies are giving you that kind of, what we say, uh, tools, which will
Opportunity
be,
too.
tools which make it easy for a woman also to change the will, and the same the man is also doing. It's not different, the weight is also same, the tools are also same. So it's not only a man can do, yes, women can also do that. And that is where my perspective change. Okay, now next time if someone says me that okay, take this career because it's quite
True.
easy, or this is literally a woman oriented rather than a male dominated, I will
Really.
I don't believe them. That was the first where I believed and I
True.
took, but I would not moving.
Mhm.
Later, when I came into this growth of after my career started,
Mhm.
I've seen that this journey is basically shaped on resilience, growth, and learning to navigate spaces that weren't felt for me. So I started with small scale industries, as I told earlier, a company with 43 males and two ladies, one of me and one a deburring, a person in deburring section. So we two were the only women in the complete factory. Uh, Yes, there were like things like okay, how you will handle shop floor, how you will come into production planning. You can't be in a shop floor. You don't know how machines run. You don't know how raw material you have to fit. This usually a male has. I've
True.
seen most of the males only, not most, 98% I've seen males
True.
doing work on the CNC machines. How is it possible? But yes, I got a chance when one person PPC planning resigned, and I got a chance. And that was the time I have to prove myself. I have to prove more harder than him. Uh, Maybe it's not like I'm playing. I'm saying that it's because of
True. True. True.
feminine and all this stuff, but he
It's
can
the
prove it.
notion, yes.
Yeah.
It's the notion in their head that a woman can't. So you have to try
Yes.
even harder than a normal who- person who is at the job because you have to prove something. You have to negotiate the whole idea. True.
Yes, and later now it is quite progressed, I will say, because
Mhm.
earlier during my start I have seen very few women in the shop floor or this,
True.
but now if you talk about Titan, if you talk about Ankit, there are women leaderships.
There are
Uh,
changing, yes.
yes,
Times are
they are
changing.
changing. In fact, in Ankit, I was surprised that there is a woman who is working on machining,
Definitely.
and this was like, and she was quite old. It was not like she was young
Yeah.
or something.
Uh-huh.
She was above 45 or something, and she's not above 45, maybe above 40, and
Yeah.
she's having
Still, yeah,
years
it's
of
a very
experience.
big thing. Yeah.
Yes, and this is how it is developing. Yes, it is a bit difficult because
Still
in
take
meeting
time. Yeah.
rooms and there are excluding network decisions when talks are happening, and they directly come and say, okay, the decision has been done, you have to follow this. But even me discussing, or when I am owning the process, it's not been questioned to me, or it's not been, my suggestion is not taken, because
True.
obviously I'm not
Women.
in part of that
Yeah.
informal networks. But yeah,
True.
I will say one thing. We should always ask questions, no matter whoever thinks, okay, this is not a correct question, let them think. I will ask the question. That mindset should be there.
Definitely.
Then you can survive anywhere. There will be no male dominated or this
Yeah.
more,
Uh-huh.
because we will also be able to understand what they are talking for.
True. Yes, and I think that it's just important to put yourself out there. But the way I imagine, like, to be honest, you and the many other women that I spoke to already, each and every one pointed this out that some years back when they were just new to the sector, each and every one faced this problem that they were the only one, and that can be very I don't know the word for it. I can't think of the word, but it's very like it can eat you up somewhere that, oh my God, do I not belong here? Not the imposter syndrome, yes, but the feeling of being suppressed, I would say, when there are so many men around you, they probably not even are not even trying to make you feel that way. But that feeling, how did you like, yes, asking questions is the one aspect that you just described, but how do you actually stand out that my opinion matters? How does that confidence come?
So basically, what I have done or what I have learned is, uh, first I let them speak. I will be very honest.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I will be telling, no, this is not how it is. And I will give justification for why it is not. Because I've seen earlier, means earlier it was not even if I'm telling my point, it was not even taken for consideration. Because of, you can say, lack of expertise, I can say, or lack of experience, I can say, or whatsoever. But
Some other
yeah.
reason, yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, but then when I started to give justification, and I've seen when in a team or something nowadays, women are also there.
Uh-huh.
They are not loud enough. Loud, I don't mean by shouting and all, but when you're putting a point also, they're not clear about that. That is what I will suggest, that if you want to stand out, if you want to make your point understood and accepted, you have to be loud and you have to be clear. Because certain times in supply chain on time delivery is not coming, a man will be or a person or a boss will be or a head will be saying, hey, this material is not coming on time, what is happening, like that. And I have seen people saying, okay, this is not coming, supply mistake. If you say like this way, definitely next time he's going to
Yeah, true.
but if you correct the way how you are saying it, like I have been corrected myself long back, and I will be saying in such a manner, this is the reason why supplier is not able to, and we have to find another solution. So you don't just give them the problem, you give them the solution
True.
also.
Yes.
Then only
Mm.
you're going to stand out. Otherwise you will be stuck, okay, she's only bringing problem, she's not able to solve, another
True.
person is able to solve. So that
Definitely.
is what I think, that people or women in
Should do,
supply chain
yes.
should learn faster. Because I've been in a team, I have handled a team of 2 to 3 people, where two of them were girls and one of them were men. But they were not able to tell their situations or tell the problems. Or even if they are telling the problems, they will say in such a manner that they require someone to help. But practically, it is
True.
not, because they were able to handle themselves.
It's a lack of
So,
confidence, I feel, and I think the lack of clarity themselves. I think the first thing that I personally picked from what you said was that be sure of what you're gonna say, so that if you have the clarity, they can't. I mean, they can question you, but if you are phrasing it properly, it's put out nicely, then it's taken into consideration.
yes, correct. That is the true fact.